Oh, what's wrong with your head?
What's wrong with your head? What up, Conde? Yes, it is us.
Oh, who else is it gonna be? We haven't done a sit-down talking video like this in a while. I have long hair now. Have I done a video like this since I've had long hair?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It hasn't been like 2.5 years since you've seen us.
It's a long anticipated video, we think.
Had a few people ask what's better, cesarean or vaginal birth.
Cesarean or vaginal birth?
I'm just here for moral support and to give you my opinion.
Even though you weren't at one of the births?
I'll give you my opinion because I was there in the lead up.
You were there for the first, he delivered Georgie in the first birth.
And I watched
the vaginal birth.
I watched Charlie from FaceTime.
Before we get into this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up, hit that bell button and subscribe to our channel.
Subscribe to the channel.
Why are you so weird? You're not very good at public speaking or speaking to
You're not very good at just,
life.
yeah.
I know, but at
And
least
holding your emotions.
At least I can talk to a camera.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
I can talk to a camera too. I do it all the time.
Okay, off your phone. This is a no phone zone. So, with Georgie, for those of you who have just started following, sit back a little bit. That's better.
I'll just say,
Wait,
people
no,
have been giving opinions on why she shouldn't have gone, or Saf shouldn't have gone cesarean, and they have only done vaginal births.
Oh, yeah.
In my opinion, how can you give an opinion that's actually justified if you haven't done both?
Yeah.
Those who haven't done both,
They shouldn't say anything.
how can you possibly say one's better than the other? How can you possibly say it if you've only done one?
This is
Sorry,
annoying me.
that just fucking pissed me off, so keep going.
For those of you who are just tuning in now, or have just started following me on Instagram with this birth, Georgie was a vaginal birth, so long story short, it was a 16-hour active labour. Tried to do it all natural, asked for the epidural at around hour 11, failed. They had to do it again like an hour and a half after that. And then I think on like the 14th hour, I started pushed for like over 2 hours, almost ended in an emergency cesarean, but they were able to get him out of the vacuum. He had max pulls on a vacuum. Then Nick caught him in the end, but it was like very traumatic. I actually thought I was gonna die, literally felt like death, whereas the second time round, Charlie came a month early, so I had already planned a cesarean because the first time was so traumatic for me. Nick was working away and I was like, no, I want it to be controlled. What if the baby comes when Nick's not here? So let's plan a cesarean. But he came when Nick, the dad, dropped Nick to the airport. Literally
can't plan these things.
Took him to the airport that morning. Anyway, I was sitting on my couch at home with my brother and sister and mum, thank God they were there, and Georgie, and all of a sudden I felt like my waters broke, but it was like thick red blood, like someone had just shot me, like gushing out of me, and I was like, I'm dying, the baby's dying, I can't feel it moving. It was called, they called an ambulance. My sister was preparing to help birth the baby. My brother's like holding my hand up here. Yeah, the ambulance was talking her through on the phone. They're like, okay, you need to like get all these blankets, you need to take her pants off. So I'm sitting there with no pants on like this. Christoph was up the top holding my hand because he's like not gonna.
Was the penny saw everything?
I think,
at the time?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, she took my pants off.
Yeah, that's cool. But the point is, what was for you as a woman more or less stressful?
To be honest, the first one was still more traumatic. That's what I'm trying to say. So even though like I was bleeding out, I was going in an ambulance with like no clothes on, my husband wasn't there. By the time I got...
So even though I wasn't here, the first one was still more traumatic.
Yes, because of the pain. Like,
guys,
there was no pain.
She bled out, she had blood clots, and still she would rather that. Husband not there,
yeah.
Blood clots, bled out at home,
yeah.
And she would still rather the first birth.
Look, I had no pain.
Still rather that than the first birth.
Yes, I had no pain with the second time round, which was weird. Like there was no pain and the waters broke first and I started contracting. That's the thing. As soon as the waters broke, I was contracting, but they didn't get painful yet. I'm sure had we have left it a few hours, I mean, I probably would be dead, but it would have got painful.
But she'd still rather go right to the edge than give a vaginal birth once again.
Sorry, that's Georgie downstairs, guys.
Probably here.
But honestly, the emergency cesarean wasn't bad because I hadn't started pushing yet. It was just like a planned emergency in a way. Like I was fine, besides the shock and the bleeding. I wasn't really in any pain. The baby wasn't about to come out.
Coming from an outsider, I'm a man, but coming from an outsider's perspective, being an outsider to the woman gender.
Okay.
To me,
Where would you rather?
it's quite clear that a cesarean is less stressful. You've had the most stress of both.
I have. They've both been effed.
And you've still chosen cesarean over vaginal.
You know what's really interesting?
There could be benefits of both.
No, look, the benefits of a vaginal birth is that if it's not traumatizing, like I had stitches the first time too down there, which is not, I'd rather stitches in my tummy than in my vag, just saying. 100% I'd take stitches in the gut. Oh, it's true.
Keep going.
I think if you are like a unicorn and you just give birth like naturally, super easy. Well, what is natural? They're both natural in a way. Like, I guess it's coming out of your body, it's fucking natural. So if you give birth vaginally, you don't tear, it's fast. I'm sure it'll hurt, but if it's fast, you can handle it. Well, then that's amazing for you, and that was the best choice for you.
Funnily enough, we have a lot of doctors in our family. We've asked every single one of them, what do you think is the best thing to do? Every single one said cesarean. Every doctor has said cesarean. They said
midwife will say something different. Like
midwives, a little bit hippie. Okay, so it's like they say go do the vaginal, do this. Every doctor has said less complications with cesareans, less trauma, less this, less that, less that.
It's because it's controlled. It's like a controlled incision.
Maybe it's a doctor versus midwife thing. I don't know, but and then there's the opinion of the actual person who went through both. It's just a cesarean.
I think. For me, Georgie was too big for me as well, so they probably should have said something about that. But I don't know, if you can give birth without any damage, then yeah, I guess you would go vaginal again. But then you need to make sure you work on your pelvic floor. Same with the cesarean, but especially the vaginal, when you have that force going through you, you need to really make sure you strengthen that up again. That, there's a lot of women that come in quite young with prolapse and things like that, just because there's not a lot of education about what you should be doing in the lead up and postpartum, I don't think, to help your pelvic floor. But I guess with the cesarean, you're not pushing. I mean, there's still weight on the pelvic floor, and so you can still have lots of issues if you don't, do the right exercises. Cesarean all the way. Yes, they say you can't lift your toddler. That was fine. I didn't lift him for a month, for 4 weeks. I lift him now. I drove after 3 weeks. I reckon
you're not meant to.
No, the midwife gave me the all good.
Okay, but you're technically not meant to. But and you know what? She does walk around saying, my gut.
Yeah, my scar hurts. It's 7 weeks now. It hurts sometimes. I think I've overworked because.
And that's the one thing vaginal births won't do.
No, but I walked around thinking I was open.
What do you feel like?
Down, I was holding myself. I felt so open after a vaginal birth. And the discharge, okay, you got so much more discharge. I think with a cesarean, I bled on and off for 2 to 3 weeks. Georgie's he's with my mum.
I don't know if you guys can hear that.
I bled for 2 to 3 weeks with the cesarean because my pelvic floor got so weakened, I think, with the vaginal birth with Georgie. For up to maybe 3 months, 6 weeks, over 6 weeks, definitely past 6 weeks, I had discharge, this weird discharge, it's gross.
Okay.
I guess at this time round, I feel it's been a bit cleaner,
What? We interrupt this YouTube video to showcase our new Origin mattress.
Hybrid.
Yes, it's a hybrid.
This is an advanced hybrid mattress with 6 layers, including cooling gel memory foam, natural latex, and pocket springs. So let's take a look inside and open her up. Nick, help me open her up.
Why are you so aggressive, honestly? Saf's just unraveled this.
It was so easy.
With my help, of course. I've got the base ready to go. Saf, are you ready to unravel it?
I am, Nick.
We've brought in our mattress tester. Georgie, can you tell me, is it a good bouncing bed? Yes? Yes. Okay, I think it is too. Good job. Nemo, yes, Nemo's not here. No. That's not Nemo. This is Origin mattress, not Nemo. Saf, have you got any quick facts for me?
I sure do. There's 0 partner disturbance. Even with Georgie jumping on the bed, I'm not disturbed in the slightest. Good night.
Oh, I love you guys.
We love
I'm Georgie. Okay, Georgie. Saf, tell them some more.
It's sustainable and eco-friendly, made with REACH certified materials.
This means they are made without any harmful chemicals, ozone depleters, or volatile organic compounds.
It's also suitable for people with allergies and is anti-parasitic, so you don't have to worry about the bed bugs biting.
And you know what? It's just the right firmness. Around medium. Perfect for comfort and health. Guys, our setup is officially complete.
Yay!
Are you happy?
Okay, so the pros is they say you can get up straight away. I got up the same time. With my vaginal birth, I got up the next morning because he was born 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Yep, so I got up out of bed the next morning. That's with vaginal. With cesarean, Charlie was born at 10:15 at night and I got up the next morning. So actually in less time, they pulled out the catheter and I had to shower faster. Yes, I was sore, but I was freaking sore with the vaginal too. So to me, cesarean wins that. The no driving thing, okay, yeah, I waited 3 weeks instead of 3 weeks. I actually think I did wait 3 weeks or 2. So cesarean wins again. Sex after birth, well, I didn't even try until 9 weeks with vaginal. Yes, I've tried now. So cesarean.
Yeah, I mean,
No,
when
it
you're
does.
going by weeks, I suppose.
Yeah, like I was able to, you know, I'm
The fact is that she was more ready sooner
this time,
this time, yeah.
definitely, like
But still, it like hurts. Anyway, next topic.
exercise. Okay, so exercise, cesarean versus vaginal. This time round, I was doing Pilates the whole way through. My ab separation isn't so bad, but I've started back up Pilates. My pelvic floor is stronger because the whole time through my pregnancy and postpartum with Georgie, I was working on my pelvic floor. So I think I've gotten back into exercise quicker. Weight loss is I'm probably around the same that I was after Georgie this time round. Maybe,
Yeah.
do you think I'm a bit thinner or a bit?
I don't know, the same. I think it was.
I think it's roughly the same. Got 6 kilos, 7
Everyone's
kilos
different
left.
with that. You can't really judge.
You can't really judge that. Trauma, like mental trauma. Well, I mean, I did almost die this time around and had like a massive blood clot, so that's kind of made me really scared for just life. But I think,
One versus the other. Which one would you choose right now?
oh, I
If
definitely,
you're gonna go for another baby right now, what would you do?
I would definitely choose Charlie's scenario because I was laughing.
There you
and
go.
I have no pain.
There you go. That's
There was
enough
like
said.
no pain.
That's enough said for me.
And if you're gonna
Let's wrap this up. Let's wrap this up.
Guys, recovery has been way better this time around for me, just saying, and I know people on here will probably be like, oh, vaginal is best, and I say vaginal because I don't like to call that natural, because why is a cesarean not natural, you know what I mean? Childbirth is natural in general, doesn't matter how you do it. Whatever way you choose, like that's for you, but for me, people asking my opinion, even though this was so crazy how it happened, I would pick cesarean every time, and hopefully next baby, when I plan the cesarean, we actually go in that day, because I feel like if you had a planned cesarean, it would be even more relaxing. Imagine
Yeah.
waking up and being like,
Well, it
oh,
was planned.
yeah, but we didn't know the day.
Nothing goes to plan.
So that's my video. I hope we made sense. I hope like I helped someone that was like unsure. This is just my real raw opinion. I'm exercising quicker, got back into bed quicker, is that what you could say? I was doing
Okay,
quicker.
you've said all this. You've
If
said
you
it
get
all.
cleared by your doctor, you're fine.
You've said it all.
I just want to really help educate people.
You've educated. This has been very educational. Please.
I don't know,
Yes,
just
no.
like don't listen to all the martyrs out there. You don't need to be a martyr either.
Yeah.
Like, but if,
Do whatever you want.
But
at
do
the end
whatever
of
you
the day.
want.
This
But
is our opinion.
this is just my opinion. But if you can give birth and you're like an amazing unicorn. Yeah, you give birth however you want. I think the first time round, if you want to see how it goes, I always tell people, I think the first time
Oh
round.
fuck! You talk so much.
Don't know if I really got to the point.
You got to the point, bro. Please
I prefer cesarean.
stop the video.
Look at me. I'm out having a great time. Had a drink the other night.
Catch you later, condos. Let us know what you think.